was an incredibly difficult time for, for the whole world. Families, the mental health, the mental well-being of many, many people. And as founders and leaders of companies, at the same time as we were thinking about growth opportunities or opportunities at looking at how we needed to scale back depending on what your business was, we also needed to focus on the mental well-being and the effectiveness of our team members. And so I'm sure many founders around the world were thinking about, how do they navigate these treacherous waters, this new unknown, this pandemic that we didn't really know how it was going to play out. Now in our case, particularly with Proximie, what was absolutely clear was our technology was an incredible enabler during this time. It was our technology that was going to enable patients to get the surgical care that they needed in spite of challenges of being in person, of physical co-presence, of travel, and all the limitations that we had around the world. And it's our technology that enabled experts all around the world to work together to make sure patients at the end of that table were getting the exact care that they needed. And so recognizing, what your company does, what your business does, and the value you can create in such a difficult time is really important as well. And we were very fortunate that, we were able to take advantage of the catalytic sort of effects of COVID for businesses like ours, recognizing the opportunity to leverage the tailwinds and take that forward and grow rapidly. And so during the COVID time, we focused a lot on mental well-being and the mental health of our team. At the same time, we looked at the opportunities and we scaled, at least from a footprint and user perspective, over 10-fold. And we grew our team over 4-fold in less than 6 months. So it was a huge opportunity for us, and we raised our biggest round during that time, all done virtually, having never met these investors in person. And it's been incredible to see that in spite of things winding down with COVID, we're still seeing that catalytic change in digital surgery and the digitization of operating rooms, and not only maintaining, but growing and scaling ever more rapidly now.
My name is Ryan Lefers. My company is Red Sea Farm. So in terms of raising funding and having been through the COVID-19 crisis, I think one thing that really helped us in terms of raising funding is just to understand the impact of what's happening in the world around us on our business proposition and what we can offer. So we really try to keep abreast of what's happening in the world and around us and weave that into our story. Because in the end, entrepreneurship is about impact, and if we can't have that impact in what's happening now, then really, what impact are we having? So I think, obviously COVID-19 was a global thing that impacted everyone, but it's really important to keep in mind what's happening around us as entrepreneurs.
I think what defines the crisis is the uncertainty around the crisis. So what I would say is ensure that you are raising money, taking into account the volatility and the uncertainty that defines what this crisis is, right? And in our view, it was raising money at a time where we didn't necessarily need it, but it was essential to ensure that we had the viability during the ups and downs of a potential crisis to ensure that the business had continuity to be able to run and continue feasibly. I think fundamentally investors look for the vision of the founder, right? What are they trying to build in the long term? I think there's obviously a short-term view of what the business looks like in terms of top-line metrics, growth, KPIs, unit economics. But at the end of the day, what investors are really looking at is this a founder with a long-term vision for building a sustainable company that continues into the long term?
Yeah, I think during these times we realized that it really boils down to how convincing your entire story is to the investors. And in this case, I think to the investor, whether you're talking to a principal, to a partner, to an associate, they still have to make that case internally to the rest of their team. And so it really boils down to the components of that story. So do they have conviction in the team, in the space that you're in? And do they see the likelihood of this team within that space making it actually, and surviving that journey of figuring out product market fit and so on.
They should focus on, I believe, 3 factors. First one is people. Do they have the right team, or do they plan to have the right team? Do they have the ready list of names? Other thing is scalability. So it is all right to do things manual way or explore it the manual way. However, they should plan to scale it at any time soon. The third thing is the value they are providing to the users who use their solution. So do they provide the right value or not? If they do, they should maximize it also. If they not, they should pivot it at that time.